edition of the Artist Spotlight Show. It's your friend Russell K with Music Dreams USA Radio. Our show is being brought to you by OTW Hauling. If you got a big job and you're looking for some help, make sure you check out OTW Hauling. They can certainly help you. They're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and surrounding areas. Look them up on Facebook and let them know you saw their advertisement right here on the Artist Spotlight Show. Again, it's being brought to you by Biker Babe Barber and Company, Table and Mike Productions, and also Eagle Street Corporation up in beautiful Asheville, North Carolina. It's your friend Russell K. And boy, do we got a guest for you here today. She was ever so close to winning the Grammy. We're going to find out about that. An amazing musical career. She's an amazing author, and she's got a lot to share with us here on the show tonight. And we're going to find out that much more about her. Her name is Glenda Benavides. And so without any further ado delay, let's welcome her to our show. Glenda, welcome to the Artist Spotlight Show. How are you?
Good. Thanks, Russell. Good to hear your voice. See you in person-ish.
So you've heard of me before?
I have actually, yes.
well, hopefully it's all good memories, and we're going to leave you today after the interview with some more good memories.
Good. Love it.
Yes, it was so nice to meet you as well, and thank you to our show. And so for our listeners who are watching now, that will be watching later, can you maybe open up the show, maybe taught into songwriting and also an amazing author? How did that that journey begin with you, and where are you at right now with that journey?
Yeah, well, it started years ago, and I was touring. I was on the road a lot, and I got off the road and I became a regular person. And I had to have a job, and I also had a mentor at the time, and so I actually went to work for her. She said, "Come and clean my house, and I will pay you, and you figure out what you want." And I, of course, mentored with her. So I'm at her place. I'm a month or so in, wax on, wax off. Just doing this stuff. It's weird to spend most of your life having a career in music and touring, and then all of a sudden you're cleaning toilets. But it was fine because I really made that choice. I wanted to come home. I wanted to get off the road, and I really wanted to start writing music from the heart, like really writing music that makes a difference for people. And that was back in 91, I think. So there I am working away and cleaning house. And she pulls me aside one day. She goes, "Okay, come here." And so I went in the other room. There she is. She's like, "What do you really want to do?" And that was the moment where I said, I really want to write music that really touches people, like that's really from the heart. And she said, "Okay, so you have 2 weeks. I need for you to write me a song. Go." And I went, "What?" And she said, "Yeah, we're gonna be on syndicated television, and it's gonna be for New Year's Eve, and it's a peace gathering. Go." I was like, "Oh my God." So that's really how it started for me, like really kicking off that moment of like, this is important. You've got to do this, and you've got to write it. And that's how I wrote my first official song called "Change." And so that's a little snippet of how it started for me.
Oh no, please continue.
No, that's fine. I just, that's where I was then, and where I'm at now is, continuing down that path, continuing evolving my spirit, who I am as a human being, and what it means to really write from the heart, really express myself, and really have it land for people. Really, say something that's important, say something that someone can take home with them, you know, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I love hearing you say that. I mean, especially the we're living in right now, where it's a lot of crazy things are happening, and I think music is more important now than it's ever been before. Not that it wasn't important before, but I think people
Yeah.
are really leaning more on music now. Actually, what they're going through. So here's my question: since we're talking about music in the beginning of this interview, we interview like a lot of artists, and what do you think about the music today compared to back in the day? So you said in the '90s, right? So starting
Yeah.
in the '90s, where you are right now, what is your take on music?
Ooh, that's a big question, because you know, every time there's an evolution happening. Like every 10 years, there's something new coming up. You know, we've gone through the you know, having online, being able to do your own music, you know, be able to share it, be your own independent entrepreneur. You don't have to rely on record companies, upside, downside. You know, there's so many things. Then you have to become the entrepreneur. Um, as far as the music goes, you know, I think what's been happening is there's more of it, because of online opportunities. So you have to wade through so much noise. You know, not everybody's creative, but that's not everybody's path. You know what I'm saying? The path to music, the path to that industry is its own thing. And you have to find your way inside of it. And what I would say is that you really need to be an entrepreneur. So, you know, I can't really judge on what's going on with other people's music or whatever. You know, I think there are people that are starting out, there are people that are trying, there are people that are making amazing music in unique, interesting genres. There is no, there's really no gatekeepers anymore. The big gatekeepers are the last bastions called record companies, and they're a marketing, you know, they market their company, they want to sell, but things have changed so much that, you know, you really, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just so complicated and so different that, you know, I see a lot of young people going back to the 80s, going back to the 70s, the 90s, because of the strong melodies, the strong artistry that was actually happening. You actually had to create something, you know, from scratch, like you needed to play an instrument. You know what I mean? So it's a
Right.
little different now. It's like the door kind of got open and there's all kinds of stuff now. So it's unique and interesting, I should say. Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, if you actually listen to the music, a lot of people are listening to the '70s, '80s, and even the '90s, really. And
Yeah.
I think the music of today, I don't think the music of today is really fitting what the world's all about. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. I
Yeah.
don't think the music's coming out right now. It's like to me, it doesn't have a message, and it's not
Yeah.
getting delivered to people who need to hear it the most. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
you were on
Absolutely.
record saying, all right, that you talked about courage and also being unapologetic. You were on record saying that. So let's dig into that. What you when you actually mentioned as one of your comments, what did you mean by that?
When someone is unapologetic, it really is just that. It's, I am who I am. I'm proud of what I'm doing and what I'm saying, and I stand behind it. And I'm not going to apologize for it. So if you like it, great, listen to it. If you don't, great, don't. You know, and that's really kind of how I feel about, you know, not being apologetic. You know, don't hide, don't, you know, if you're writing something, don't hide it, share it with other people, you know, and do it unapologetically, and someone is going to listen, somebody's going to like it, and somebody won't. So that's just the way it is. It's our environment.
Yeah, I mean, I applaud you for saying that, because you stood up, you really believe in, and you have a game plan. You're going to stick to it no matter what, and you're going to follow that game plan. And so yeah, definitely, I thought that's really cool. I love hearing, because when I read the story about that, I thought it was like really
Yeah.
cool. That you were not afraid to stand up and for what you feel is right. I mean, one thing that we say, I mean, we've been in radio for God knows how long, and you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. And so yeah,
Exactly.
that's really cool.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
stay in your own lane. Stay here. Don't be out there. You can share things with people, but you don't, if you're looking for some kind of approval or validation of who you are, what you're doing, whoa, you're in for it, because that that is not going to work. Just really, really, I always say, stay in your own lane, just stay here, and share from there. So yeah, that's really how I truly see it. I think it kind of brings me back to when I was a kid. I think one of the first things I heard, I think I was in grade school or something like that, and a girl that I knew, I was over, my parents were over at their house, and we were listening to records and that kind of thing, and she played the Beatles song. You say you want a revolution. Well,
Oh, sing it, girl.
And
I love
I
it.
was like, that's me. That's me. I want to be a part of the revolution. Well, guess what? Here we are.
Hey, you are part of the
we are.
revolution.
Yep.
I
Oh,
love
here we
it.
are. Here I am. Yep.
You've had such a magical career in music. I mean, we'll get to the author part of it here in just a little bit, but I want to stay in the music
Yeah.
for just a little bit longer. You've had such a, I mean, just, you probably checked us out. We obviously checked out, but I mean, we knew about you before you were even a part of our show. And, just looking back, you've had such a magical ride in the music industry. So let's take a trip down memory lane. Are there any specific shows or memories that really are still with you today? If so, which ones are they, and why are they still so special for you?
What kind of shows? Do you mean just like TV shows? Or like what?
Anything, TV,
Oh,
whatever. I mean, you said you've
okay.
had
Any
such a
kind of
magical
show.
ride.
Any
Yes, you've
kind of
had a
show.
magical ride. We'll be here for a while.
Yeah, right. So I was really, really young, and my very first influence and show that I went to was David Bowie. And I was, she asked, the gal she was older, and she was a friend of my parents, and they said, "Oh, can I bring Glenda to this show?" And I didn't know. I was too young. I didn't know who David Bowie was, but I was there, and I'll never forget that moment. He lit up my life, and it just, the theater of David Bowie was amazing. The theater of him, I think it was Ziggy Stardust, now that I look back on it and stuff like that. 73, I think, 74, something like that. And I was like, he opened it with, I think the movie was, oh gosh, it's a classic movie. It's a black and white. It was like, I think it's called Erasure? No, maybe it was Erasure, something like that. Anyway, I should look that up. But it was like, whoa, and then he boom, and then the lights came on, and he was on, and I was like, wow. So it just, I think that inspired me, along with Prince. So those are my inspirations, for life, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about your new song. How did that come about?
Okay.
And where did the thoughts come from the new song? And I mean, from what I understand, that song is doing real well right now. So how'd that come about?
Yeah. Yeah, it's called I Ride. It started in 2015. I was going back and forth to Boston. I had met a fabulous musician and mastering engineer, Gene Williams. And he and I just like totally hit it off, and we were writing music, and I would stay there 3 months, come back to California for 3 months, go back and forth like that. And the one time I was there, I was like, I really should, like, I love history, so I should be like looking around at all the cool historical stuff. So I went to Concord and Lexington and everything, and I was like, this is fabulous, fabulous history that we have. And yeah, so I got into that mode and I started understanding, really about the patriots, like real patriots. And um, through that, I thought, Paul Revere, I went to his house, Paul Revere, Midnight Ride, Longfellow, the whole 9 yards, right? And then I found out he was not the guy. It was him, Doss, and Prescott, Dr. Prescott. Those three guys rode that night to go tell John Hancock, you need to leave right now. The British are coming, our brethren, our family is coming, and they're going to kick your ass right now. And so I went, what? It's not just Paul Revere. So here's what happened. So for those of you that don't know, like me, I didn't know. Paul Revere got arrested. Doss turned back, and Prescott was the only one that made it through. And with him making it through, we have what we have today. And I said to myself, wow, these guys really need to be honored, and I need to pay more attention. And so I sat down and I wrote this song, and I gave it to Gene, and he's like, oh, you're going to write this as so, forefathers. And so I was like, no, this is a good song. But anyway, we couldn't figure out how to do it musically or melodically. And so I sat on it until about this last year. And we got, it all came together. We figured out how to write the melody, how to write everything. And I brought in several amazing people. I brought in Josh Lenati. He plays with Nora Jones, he's a guitar player. Brought in Josh. I use him a lot. He's fabulous. And then I got introduced to, which was kind of funny because the guy that introduced me is a British fellow friend of mine. He introduced me to Scarlett Riviera is her name. And she was Bob Dylan's first violinist. Like, he totally helped her out when she was a kid. She was fabulous. She killed on the song. Kathy, one of my singers, she's just beautiful. She did all the background vocals and stuff, and several other people that I could name, Sputnik, Gene, everybody jumped in on the project. It was really, really special. So, and it's for 250 years. I mean, it was the midnight ride of the three Reveres. No.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for giving us a history lesson. That was so cool of you.
Well, you look like you knew what I was talking about. You're like, yeah, we know that. I'm going, okay, I'm really stupid.
No.
Oh, no.
We want to keep you on the show. We don't want you to leave right now.
Keep telling us about the past, So anyway, it was perfect. 250
Let's
years.
hear some more, Paul.
Here we are, 250 years, So
who would have thought, right?
It's up.
Where
did
the time go?
Yeah, I know. Where did the time? Oh, where'd the time go?
And we're looking at their watches right now.
I know. Well,
oh, man.
I was only 12
awesome.
when that happened.
Well, I wasn't too far behind you. So let's talk about, you're big on courage, and we'll talk about, your author side in just a minute here, where you actually talk more about courage. But this is a good time to my next question. You were ever so close to the granny, and even though you didn't get the granny like you hoped you would have, but you learned a valuable lesson from that. It really actually helped to skyrocket your career, and really. So, can you maybe talk a little bit more about, walk us through that process, and what did you learn from that, and how has it benefited you in your amazing career?
Thanks. It really started with me a few years back, because I've been in my music career professionally since I was 16. So a good deal of years. And it was weird. It was just like, I never thought about it before. But one day I just kind of thought, I wonder how you get a Grammy. Like, how does that work? Because I was under the impression that you had to be in a record company and all that other stuff. And then I realized that no, this is like a community. This is like a Teamsters, a Teamsters union for music. And so I looked into it, and then I followed the process. And you have to have two recommendations. So you have to get somebody to recommend you, that they have to be professional. So it can't be your mom or your grandmother or anything like that to recommend you to be professional artists. And so that's really how it started. And then you climb the ladder. That's really where you go. And I knew that I wanted to be in a community of that caliber, and that I really wanted to meet new people. I wanted to meet my community in Northern California. Plus, we're connected to all the chapters, throughout the U.S. and Europe. So, but yeah, it was. That's really kind of how it started, and it's not like anything else. It's not easy. It's not a fantasy. You have to work for things. That's just the way it is. It's not everything. You also have to network and reach out to people and communicate and just really connect with people. And I love that part of it, really connecting and hearing fabulous artists, like fabulous music that would never, ever be signed by a record company. It'll blow your mind. I get to listen because I'm a voting member. So I get to listen to fantastic artistry, like we're coming up on it, like every year. So, to vote, and it's a hard one, because there are people that you just go, okay, there's, 200 in that category. Here we go, so, but I feel privileged and honored to be able to vote, in that, and continue my connections with other, and I've got to do music with several other artists. That's how I got the nomination for the Grammy the year last year. How I worked with a gentleman in, I think he was from Mexico or South America. Anyway, he reached out to me and said, "Oh, you're a fabulous vocalist. I want to work with you. Would you want to work on my project?" I said, "Sure, why not? Let's do it." And so he sent me a track, and I worked on the track, and he worked really hard on it because I know what it takes. And it was fabulous. He got the nomination. And so it was wonderful being there in the Grammys, at the Grammys, being a part of that community. And it's massive. Like it's like, I think there's like 20,000 of us, growing every year. So hopefully I can answer your question. Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be a memory that you'll never forget. Obviously, I mean, how many people can say that right now? Yeah. Which is my next question. Yeah. And one thing I love hearing you say during, then you talked about that question is there is a lot of artists out there that don't know where to go. They have all the talent in the world, and just like you said, I mean, you guys probably get flooded with so many requests, and you're probably passing on people that if they were ever just given an opportunity, they would knock out a ballpark. And that's where the Artist Spotlight Show comes into play. We kind of talked about that off air. So let's talk about on air. Yeah. So the Artist Spotlight Show is specifically for artists just like that, where they've got all the talent in the world, but they don't know where to go. So what we do on the stage to let other people know what they do, give them an example of what they do, how they, and what's the game plan for them. And we mentioned this off air, but we're in season number 2 right now. We're actually looking for a sponsor to sponsor our show, so we can take it on the air and go and uncover those artists, and get them the exposure and the stage they deserve. Yeah. Now, so with that being said, what is your advice for someone who has all the talent in the world, but they don't know how to get there? What are you telling those people?
That is a really great question, and I'm going to say it just the way it is. You've got to know who you are. Bottom line, you have to be really clear about your intentions. Why are you doing what you're doing? Are you doing it because you want fame? Do you think it's pretty neat? Are you doing it because you want to get more guys or girls? Are you doing it because you think you're going to get rich? You know, why are you doing it? What is your intention behind that? Now, I'm not saying that those are bad things. I'm just saying those are very, very, very closed. You have to work your little butt off. Partially, you have to have the right mindset. You've got to practice your skill sets, write amazing music, and then hustle and become an entrepreneur. Get out there and do all you can do to just really allow your music. And we are in a new day, so you got to allow your music to be out in the world, and you know, and really find a fan base, like a true fan base, not just like numbers that people are clicking, likes and stuff like that. But what is a fan base? A really good fan base is somebody that loves what you do and they really want to support what you do, you know. And I think that when, you know, we had the 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, that was really a fan base. That's how they buy your albums, right? That's how you get your money at you touring, you know, you're gonna, that's how you're going to make your money. So I think that's what's more important right now than likes or whatever. It's just really getting out there for, you know, young people or anybody really. I wouldn't say just young people, but I would just say, you know, be out there. I mean, I'm doing the same thing, and I'm old people. Just doing the same thing. But I would say just really start with your foundation: clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, and community. That's what it takes.
Awesome. So here's another question for you. I mean, I've been with so many artists from around the world, and one of the biggest complaints I've heard is the payout for an artist song. Example would be you're creating a song yourself, you're putting it together, and you're sending it out to the public for them to not only listen, but also hopefully to purchase it. You got the Spotify's, you got all these other big music companies that actually accept your music, but they only give you pennies. They only give you pennies on the dollar. So with you and Alicia Bro, exactly.
Yeah.
And so with you and Alicia Bro in the music industry, what can we do to make it an even playing field for the artists? I just think that's ridiculous. Where if I'm writing a song, it's my idea. Yeah, I'm giving it to you to play, but without my idea, without my songwriting abilities, pennies on a dollar, and you're making more than I am, but I'm the one that created a song, not you. How do we fix that fiasco? I mean, yeah.
Yep, you are 100% correct. You get the win.
Woo!
Yes. What I would say is all artists do not get on a platform. Stop. I'm stopping. I'm pulling off. I had 60,000 streams and I got $2. So to prove your point, right? Don't do it. Get your own website up or go on Bandcamp, because you can put your price on there, like how much you want or whatever, or donation or whatever. It's beautiful. I mean, one of my songs made $50, you know, so I'm like, hello, what am I doing? You know, you're what you're doing is you're supporting the platform. You're supporting that company, that business, because think about it. Let's get logical. You write a song, you do all the work, you put it out there, you get it up. Yay, I'm up. And then what happens is you're giving all your energy and talent and creativity away to just make pennies on the dollar, like you said, barely, right? So if you're going to do that, you're also going to do marketing and promotion for yourself, because you're an entrepreneur. You're going to tell everybody you're on the platform. They're going to go to the platform. They're going to stream it. They're going to put it in a playlist. They're going to, you know, whatever. Okay, no. Do it on your own. Do it for yourself. You will get more money. I got more money on one song. Okay, that I did in 60,000, you know. And does that create an audience? Does that create a Does that create a fan base? No, it does for them, because they're going to keep coming back because they pay a subscription. You know, do it on yourself. Do your own subscriptions. Do your own, you know, stuff. That's what I say. You'll feel much better about your art. And if all the energy and time and effort that you put in, not only music side, but on the business side, that you're doing that, they'll come to you then. They'll come to you. Oh, what are you doing? Where are you touring? Oh my God, you have a new album out. Oh, you have a new song out. Like that. That's what I would say. That's what I'm doing.
I love that.
Putting my money where the mouth.
That's great. Wait till you hear the next question. Hopefully he's going to stay there.
Oh my God.
All right, so let's talk about our buddy AI. So that's another question. That's another thing. We've got mixed emotions from the artists worldwide.
Sure.
Some people are like absolutely hate it. Some people are like open to it, but they want to learn more about it. And then there's some people that are actually, you probably are not going to believe me, but we actually did a survey on this. And there actually are some AI artists in the world today. Your thoughts?
Say that again. What about AI artists? What did you say?
Yep, there are some AI artists today. There's actually some real AI artists. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm in the Recording Academy, so we get to make a difference. We get to go to Capitol Hill and talk about this. So what's fair and what's right? They're sorting it out right now. Yes, if you're going to use my voice, you should pay for it. That's just the way it is. They're figuring it out. I don't know what it is as of today because it keeps changing, right? I personally like AI. I think it's a tool. I think it helps with a lot of different things. So I don't poo-poo it. At the same time, I think, you know, we've got enough legal people that are artists too out there that we're really trying to sort this out. I would say, yes, do not push a button and put it up and become an artist. You know, it's like, well, maybe if you want to, but don't get paid for it, you know, or get, you know, or spread the love, you know, be able to, they're figuring it out right now. They're figuring out what they're using, who they're using, right? Because there's some fabulous like AI voices. You're like, wow, what unhuman person is singing that? So I wouldn't sweat it. Don't sweat it. If you're a real artist, you're a real musician, and you have real songs, just keep working your craft. Just keep being, you know, as they say, analog. Just keep being analog. Be yourself. Do it. Use tools that help you if you need to, but don't, you know, follow your path. You know, don't just fall in line or, you know, just push a button and, you know, prompt it, and, you know, and there's a song, you know, because it's just going to be music fodder in the background. You can always tell. And I think we're just at a really new place in the music world and the planet, and it's fun and it's exciting, and people that don't have any talent or whatever, they just have some really good ideas. They get to push some buttons and prompt it, and it's like, you know, that's really cool sounding, you know, yay. I'm like, fantastic. It'll never take the place of a true, real artist. And I'm not trying to insult anybody, but I'm just saying it's just not going to take the place. Those of us that have worked for years and years and years to create a craft and a talent and, you know, learn an instrument, it's, you know, it's different. It's just different, you know, so I wouldn't feel threatened. I don't feel threatened. Yeah, I might feel not good about if someone's using my voice and they're not paying me. As usual. As usual. That's the industry.
No, that never happens. That doesn't happen.
Point 003.
Come on now. Hey, you know what? You just gave me an idea.
Yeah.
What do you say you and I write a song and the title of the song is going to be 003?
0003. I love it. That's great. Let's do it.
And well, you know what? I just thought about something. If this interview doesn't go well, it's gonna be a 00003.
Well, let's hope it does. So I hope it's, contributing to somebody's life. That's all I got to say. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. So, since you're one of the pretty much high in the music industry, is there any talks about any like changes coming up that maybe our audience would want to be aware about that? Is there anything that being discussed right now that might be changing in the near future?
Yeah, we're. I think in the next week or so, we're going to Capitol Hill, so to speak, to talk about certain aspects of AI. So that will be morphing and changing. There's a fabulous artist on YouTube. God, what is her name? I love her, and she's actual attorney and a musician, and she spouts off all kinds of great stuff about what's going on. But yeah, I can't tell you specifically because we're in the middle of it. We're in flux. So, I'm just telling artists, singers, songwriters, whatever, just do your craft. Just keep doing it. Just keep getting better, and get it out there. That's really all you can do. And if you don't be afraid, AI is AI. I mean, there's nothing to be afraid of, really. I mean, if you don't like it, don't use it. It's pretty simple. You don't like it,
yeah.
Don't use it.
So as we wrap up our music conversation, we talked about a lot of different things. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
Well, I've like, for example, I as an artist sat back and said, okay, I'm in a new day in a new way, and I'm a more mature artist. So how do I don't want to use the word compete, but how do I become relevant? How do I create value for others? And so part of that is me working on my show. It's called Soul on Fire Experience. And that is going to be going into private events, corporate events, retreats, nonprofits. So I will be doing that. And it's beautiful because it's a hybrid, and it's a combination of video, music, storytelling. If you want to take how I would describe it on a deeper level is you take a concert, a TED Talk, and a workshop. You throw it together with a bunch of wonderful video, and then myself. I could just come out and sing and tell stories. Then you've got my show, Soul on Fire, and I'm looking to have representation for that. Also bring it into different scenarios. So I'm excited, and I would say, just keep evolving yourself and don't give up. Just don't give up, and don't spend time poo-pooing other things. Take a look at it, see if it fits for you. If you can use it as a tool, use it. If you can't, step away. Don't get caught up in the trauma. That's what I would say.
I was just going to ask you about that amazing show that you're putting together right now. And what type of feedback, as you continue to progress with that, what type of feedback are you getting?
Oh my goodness. First of all, shock. Because everybody's like, I don't know what this is. This is amazing. And I have a wonderful reel. I need to put it up, but it's actually in the show, and it's a short. When the show comes on, it's a short piece of testimonials. So everybody has gotten different things from it, different takeaways, and one of the takeaways was. One woman said she really felt seen and heard, and she could express herself. Like she got permission to be her through what I was sharing. And gosh, that's like, yay. That's what we want, right?
Oh, yes. I couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely. And so as the show continues, you kind of like mentioned what you're looking to do with it. Is
Yeah.
there any other plans for the show other than what we've discussed thus far? Is there any other maybe ideas that maybe you're thinking about doing with it?
No, it's, again, it's a live experience. So, I
Hmm.
have to go there and have to have that experience. I'm not going to do anything online, I don't think. I really want to have people come, sit in the energy, sit in their heart chakra, and then be able to feel safe and feel open, and then have this whole experience that's happening, visual, auditory, energetic, musically, storytelling, very poignant experience. And I feel like that's what's going to be really good. So I'm really looking to bring that to different communities. Like there's a friend of mine that I just met. He wants me to come and talk to health professionals that are helping people deal with their mindset. Really helping them, and that's like perfect. So he's preparing something for me with that, probably the first of the year, with mental health professionals. So
It's great hearing you say that because I mean, you got your musical career, you're an author as
yeah,
well. So all your talents are really tied into this show. And this show allows
yes,
you to use those talents that you've been given to reach out to other people. And as you mentioned throughout this interview, as long as the message is going to help someone that's listening right now, as long as we're
yes,
helping somebody out. And you can kind of
yes,
compare your show to that as well, because you're allowed to use all those God-given talents you have, go into different
yeah,
places, and reach as many people as you can. Is that accurate?
yeah. That's totally accurate. Thank you for saying it, because that's really my intention. When I sat back and I started looking at everything, I go, well, how do I take my book and this clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, community? How do I put that in there? Because I tell stories. How do I tell stories? But I want to sing, but I want to and I was like, oh my God, that's it. Put all of it, everything that I've learned and I've grown through, put it all in one experience, and then have it so I can uplift people and have them see themselves and what they can do for themselves. And within that, I get to learn more and grow more too. I get feedback. I got like, wow, I didn't know that was, because everybody had something different to say. Not, they were all just saying, well, I felt freed up and I could do, no, that was just one person. The other person was like completely different. I was like, oh, this is fabulous, really fabulous. So, yeah.
Another thing that that I really love what you said, being courageous. Let's talk about
Yes.
that.
Yeah. Courage. This is how I look at it. So you first got to be clear. Got to have that clarity. If you don't have your clarity, once you're clear about who it is that you want, or at least the first step, just the first step is fine. Then you can have the opportunity to have courage. Courage is, then it's like, oh, okay, I'm going to go ahead and, I am going to go ahead and buy that guitar. Let's just use that for an example. I'm going to buy that guitar. I don't know how to play, but by God, I'm going to buy that guitar because I've been passionate about it. I've always wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. And guess what? There's the courage. Then the courage comes by walking into that store and being vulnerable and not know anything about how to play a guitar and say, I just want to play guitar. Direct me, that type of thing. That's where the courage is, you know. And then that elicits confidence. Once you get that, it's like, oh, okay, I've had some lessons now. I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, yeah. Let me ring back on that courage to get myself out and use my confidence, in the show, or create a show or something. You know what I mean? That you can apply that to anything, not just music. You can apply it to other stuff. And then
Other
commitment
than
comes after that.
courage,
You can't
what
be
other
committed to
encouraging
something you
words?
don't know. Mhm.
Exactly. Other than courage, though, are there any other words that come to your mind that can be uplifting to someone going through a really hard time right now? Especially, I mean, you've heard me say it multiple times out during the interview. We're we're just
Yeah.
living in a world right now where just what could going wrong. Your take.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I think the word that comes up for me is bravery. And that's, I connect that to my I Ride song. Those guys, they did not know how it's going to go. They just knew that they had, they were in community, and inside the community, the small community, they said, you know what, we really don't want to be paying taxes to this X, right? We don't want to be doing that. There's a lot of things we don't want to do. And so, we're going to fight back. And it took bravery to get on a horse and ride through the night and know that you could be captured. And it was brutal, not like, oh, we're just going to take you to jail. No, we're going to probably beat you up. I mean, who knows, right? I wasn't there, but okay, I was. No, that's how old I am. 250. But yeah, you know what I mean? I would say bravery. Bravery is, how do you find bravery? That's the question. That's what's connected to courage and creating confidence. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. As we wind down our interview, I know, as I mentioned, we've talked a lot about a lot of cool things, and thank you so much. It's been so much fun, speaking with you. But we're not done yet. But I just wanted to give you the floor here to see if there's anything else you'd like to share with our audience before we go into, hey, I want to learn a little bit more about Glenda. That's coming right around the corner. I can't wait to give that to you.
Woo, here we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I too, like all of you, we're all at different periods and stages of life, and we all come up against clarity, courage, confidence, commitment, community. Like that is always there at different stages of our life, and you've got to evolve. You've got to embrace the change, the shift, and I think more so we need to ask the question, who am I and what do I want? How do I serve? How do I give back to my community? And it can be as simple as just opening somebody's door for the day or going to volunteer. That's one thing that we do with the Recording Academy, is that it's called Music Cares. And we go and donate our time, to, like, this last time we went and packed up groceries, like, just vegetables, bagging them, like for, I don't know, a good 3-4 hours. And, we know, and it was beautiful to look at the stats, because we know that we fed 250,000 people that day, like all of us. A team of like 30 of us had showed up. It was like, oh my God, you get your just heart, just, just know that you made a difference for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with you. Even like let someone out in the traffic, or open the door for somebody you don't even know or whatever. But I couldn't agree with you more.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
Are you ready let's get to know Brenda a little bit more?
Glenda.
All right. Glenda, you're going to love this, I promise.
Oh, no.
All right. You're going to love this. Trust me, I interviewed so many people. It's like, even sports personalities. I'll share a funny artist story with you real quick before we go into this. I was doing a charity event, and guess who shows up at the charity event? It was the Temptations. And
oh my goodness. Wow.
I had the Temptations, right? Would you not know, in front of thousands of people, now I'm on stage in front of thousands of people, right? I got the Temptations standing right next to me. This is no lie.
Wow.
I got them to sing karaoke My Girl, and the place went nuts.
That's amazing. You probably made their day.
Oh my God. I've never, up to this day, I mean, when people when they hear Russell K, that's one of the things they remember. I remember you. You're the guy who's on stage. You got the Temptation to sing karaoke My Girl. I can't believe you did that. You had so much guts to do that.
It's like, be careful, Russell's in the room.
Pretty much. All right. So now let's have some fun. All right. So when you're writing, are you a coffee person, a tea person? Talk to me until I'm finished.
Ooh, that's a good one. Probably tea.
All right.
Tea.
So you're one of those coffee, tea, or me got person.
Uh-huh.
All right, you love it. I love it. What's the strongest place you've ever gotten an idea for a song or a book?
Ooh. Driving. Like that's where I get a lot of ideas. Or I'll look around and see what the culture is talking about right now. That's usually where I get my ideas. Or I'll hear a line or something and I'll go, yeah, that's a song, you know. Like I just got one. It was called "If the Creek Don't Rise." The creek
Oh
don't
wow.
rise and the levee holds. Gonna break these chains. Gonna free my soul. that's
Is it
like
a
I just heard.
song?
Yeah, it's one of my songs. It's going to be on my Cypress Moon album coming up next year. It's a lot of work.
All right. If Hollywood made a movie about your life, who would you want to play you?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a hard one. Madonna.
Madonna. There you go. Safe answer. I
I'll have
love it.
Madonna. I'll take her.
All
Either that,
right.
it was her or Whitney Houston. Like without the death part,
Oh,
but
Miss, I want to dance with somebody.
I wanna dance with
All
somebody.
right. If you could sit down with any author in history for dinner, who would that be?
Oh my God. That would be Shakespeare. And actually, it would be, we think that Shakespeare wasn't Shakespeare. Shakespeare was Edward de Vere. So I would love to talk to him. I'm sure he was interested. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I never knew that Shakespeare had a different name until the show right now.
Yeah, they think they have suspicions. They're doing lots of research on it. They think that it, based on all the things that Shakespeare knew and wrote about and was literate in, they think it was Edward de Vere was actually Shakespeare. But because of his standing, his stature, he could not use his name. He could not. He was too high up in the ranks of that time period. So
Oh, how cool is that?
Lowering himself.
I like that. All right. If you could give your younger self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Woo! Moved to LA at 10. No, I'm joking. Put yourself in harm's way. Yeah, do that. No, one good piece of advice. I would say I toured all over the world as a young person. So I started at 16 and then I was touring by 18, like officially. I would say stay put, stay in Portland because I was in Portland, Oregon, and develop my songwriting back then, you know, and become a famous person back then. That's what I would have told myself. Probably, I think that's all I can think of right now.
All right, wait to hear the next one.
Oh
All right, so
these are fun.
All right. What's something people would be totally surprised to learn about you?
That I fence and ride horses.
Oh, right on. Dancing. I've heard a lot about, but I've never done it. Obviously, it's a sport. So, how long have you been doing
Uh-huh.
it for?
Well, I started back in the 90s, so I fenced for Willamette University for a little bit, and then I, of course, I played with the SCA, Society for Creative Anachronisms, um, and yeah, and then I loved riding horses. So this is a very Renaissance kind of thing that I'm into. Renaissance, a Renaissance
Well, you
gal.
know,
Dang it.
so I did horseback riding one time only, and I
Okay.
actually was on the horse, and I fell off the horse. I told myself I am never ever going on a horse again. So
Yeah,
that's my
I
horsebacking
understand.
story.
It's great because of my very first horse lesson, I fell off the horse. And it wasn't
You
because we
did?
were moving. Yeah, she stopped, and I went, oh, got back on, got right back on.
I love it.
I said,
Oh my
get
God.
back up on the horse.
That is so cool. All right. What's your guilty pleasure song?
Ooh, um, uh, it's Prince. Oh gosh, I can't remember. I liked the Dirty Mind album. That was really good. But this was not I can't remember the title right now. But yeah, any sex Prince song,
Okay.
sex.
All right, good old Prince. Yes. All right.
Yes.
Would you rather write a best-selling book or a number one hit song?
Ooh, probably best-selling book because I could touch more people. Yeah. Best-selling songs come and go, but a good book stays forever if you've written it well.
There you go. All right, a few more for you. If your personality were a book, what would it be?
Probably something around human design or something. Let's see, what's a good one? Um, I'm looking at occult Britain, the witch book. It's like probably something transformational, something about human design or the five love languages. That would be, yeah.
So I heard
Yeah.
you say money. You like reading books about money, right? So do you have like the winning lottery numbers you can share
No,
with us live on air so we can?
no, I didn't
I
say anything about
still.
money. I should be saying something about money. Love
You see, I just put an
languages.
idea in. I just gave an idea, right? We could come up with some
See
winning
you,
lottery numbers and.
devil, devil dog.
All right. All right. Finish this. Finish this sentence for me. If I stop being afraid, I would be what?
If I stopped being afraid, I would live my life with bravery, I guess, with more bravery.
All right, there you go. Final question for you. So there
Yeah.
may be somebody listening right now who has been playing it safe, who's afraid to tell their story or who's forgotten what makes them come alive. What would you say to that person right now?
Ooh, wow. I think it would be more of a situation where I would be being with them and I would have a conversation with them on a deeper level. And I would, at that point, I would know more about them and I would know more about what it is that they feel fearful about. And then I would just say, you know, one foot in front of the other, get your calendar out, get clear first, and then make one step one attention. Put it in your calendar and say, on Tuesday at 4 o'clock, I'm going to do X. See, and that helps. That helps, even if you're afraid.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And thanks for playing that game with us here. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
And
that was so fun.
it's been so fun having you on our show. And I promise you, we're bringing you back for part 2. I want to learn a little bit more about your show and how that's going well for you and everything. And but we definitely wish you all the best in your amazing career. And if there's anything that we ever can do for you, seriously, just let us know. And we love to work with you too. So you've been amazing. And yeah, thank you. That's one thing we love about the show. We have the opportunity, to interview some amazing people, and you're just another amazing person that we've had the privilege to interview. So thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, take care of yourself. All right.
Okay.
All right. All right. That was Glenda Benavides. And we had so much fun with her on this show, and cannot thank her enough for taking time out. And we're going to bring her back for part 2. And we're going to have some more fun questions for her when she comes back for part 2. If you're an upcoming aspiring artist looking to get your name out there, you're looking for a stage, you found us. We're right here. Send your information at info.musicdreamsusa@gmail.com. Again, our show is being brought to you by Music Dreams USA Radio. We play everything for everyone. Biker, Babe, Barber and Company, Table and Mike Productions, and Eagle Street Corporation up in Nashville, North Carolina. If you have a big hauling job and you're kind of lost, not looking where you want to go, check out OTW Hauling up in Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. There's no job big enough for them they can't do. And all you got to do is just check them out on Facebook, OTW Hauling. Let them know that you heard their broadcast right here on Music Dreams USA Radio. Until the next time, it's your friend Russell K. Thank you so much for watching the Artist Spotlight Show. We'll catch you next time right here on Music Dreams USA Radio.
Awesome.
Great job. That was